-1 plus fun. Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with the Reaper, King No More, who is the new iteration of the Reaper King. This creature enters, puts -1/-1 counters on creatures, and then can steal a creature each turn that dies with a -1/-1 counter on it. Which means that this deck is doing its best to wither our opponent's creatures, putting -1/-1 counters on them and stealing them for ourselves. In this deck, we're running as many sources of -1/-1 counters as we can. Some proliferate cards and kill spells because you don't need to kill them with the -1/-1 counters. They just need to have them on there. In this deck, we're also trying to protect the Reaper King, by which I mean recur the Reaper King. We have ways to kill it, bring it back, and of course, we can even sacrifice it, taking advantage of the fact that it is a 6-mana card. You can cast it for 3 mana, using Eldritch Evolution to then bring out Arden, or another similarly powerful card from the deck. This deck is also running some of the other cards that are recent that help you blight, or maybe just infest your opponent with -1/-1 counters and allow you to take away their creatures each turn. So let's take the Reaper, King No More, into the queue and see what we can wither. Hey bye, Forest Guardian. Going to be cheating in shrines just by playing their commander. And I would say most of the hey byes I've run into recently, unfortunately, have been running a darn lot of counter spells and board wipes and other control effects to keep the opponent from really doing much while they get value out of their shrines. I'm going to hope that they throw down like a Druids or a Paradise. Yeah, Birds of Paradise. Something that I can steal with the Reaper King. Reaper King No More. Pretty good at stealing birds. Not as good at stealing talismans. Okay, Dark Ritual into Hey Bye on turn 2. And I can't steal their commander just because of, you know, how the effects work. So let's see what shrine they get. Oh, Goshen tie right off the top. And let's see what else got revealed. Okay, seeing the Setessan's Champion tells me that this is an Enchantress Hey Bye, which is the Hey Bye I'd rather play against because it shows that, like, hey, they're actually, like, doing things with their cards that fit the theme. That's fun. So I'm going to drop one of these on the Birds of Paradise. I'm going to kill this Shrine token here. Steal the Birds of Paradise. Yes, please. I can't steal the Shrine token because it's a token. I will call this guy Reaper King all the time. Throw that onto Goshen Tie of Life's Origin. So if they like wipe the board or something here, I would get to take it. That would just kill the Birds of Paradise, but it is a really fun card. Let's swing in with this Reaper. Yeah, they just added a few extra support cards in the alchemy set, so we're running them. I have a Yawgmoth. I got 2 different, like, rescuing effects here. One gives indestructible and a +1/+1 counter, great to proliferate. And the other one lets it die, but brings it back tapped with a +1/+1 counter, good to proliferate. What's this mana for? Is my deck Jund? My deck is Jund. Consider tutoring for an enchantment and putting it on top. It could be a shrine. Elspeth Conqueror's Death. Okay. Does not prevent these because neither of these give hexproof. But I can still shrink this. And I can even get kind of cute with this, so I will. I'm going to put Feign Death onto my Reaper King no more. Sacrifice this, putting it onto the Goshen tie. Move my commander to command zone. No. It returns. We're going to put -1/-1 counters onto both of these. That lets me steal the Goshen tie. Yes, please. I am the Shrines deck now. Okay, reanimating. Right now, like, it would be their Birds of Paradise. Which, that's not that exciting. As I mentioned before, like, taking their commander doesn't do that much. And killing Heibai also doesn't do much since they bring it back so easily. Infestation is a bit like a Massacre Girl with this Blowfly infestation. It's kind of fun. Yeah, let me steal it. Wait. Oh, they left it in the graveyard for Elspeth Conqueror's death. No, that's mine now. So just like wipe the board. Yeah, don't put your commander in the graveyard if it's got those -1/-1s on it. Raphellos, and very thankfully, I go first. Now, that still gives them some turns to ramp, but Raphellos is easily killable with Reaper King no more, since you just enter and get those counters nice and easy on it. I also have another way to put -1/-1 counters on things, and I guess I'll probably go for Scarecrow on this, since, yeah, I want to steal that Lotus Cobra. Scarecrow. And I'm not waiting to play for them to play Raphellos or anything. I am very fine with just taking this Lotus Cobra. Yoink. Yes, please. Because I have Eldritch Evolution in hand, which means I actually also have Arden available to me. And other baddies in my deck. Eldritch Evolution, great when you're only casting a 3-mana, 6-mana value spell. Carnifex is already in hand, so I can't use that here, but that's fine. Ooh, wait a minute. Do I want an Eldritch Evolution, or do I want a Cartouche? I kind of want Cartouche because they have the Raphellos out right now. Oh, they don't like that. Avatar, Aang! You can transform him by doing all of the bendings or by moon misting. And if you do, your spells become essentially free, allowing you to storm off. But if you do the bending side, on the front side, you'll draw lots of cards. So we'll see if this person is playing tons of cards from the Avatar set, allowing them to draw cards and get value off the front side, or just some tutors into that backside and a big combo win. I smell fear. No, I don't. I have nothing to fight. The game is like, go, fight nothing. I have nothing to fight. Oh, Great Divide Guide. This is an ally. This is an ally. A fine creature for blighting. I'll start by swinging in. If they block, I will be able to steal it. I think they know that. Actually, one sec. Get extra black mana. Would I be able to kill it? No, because I don't have another green source. I'd only be able to put one more. He loves some bending. I built Avatar Aang as a standard Brawl deck because I wanted to really focus in on these cards. And while there are like a bunch of ones from the Jumpstart set, I think that playing it in standard Brawl means I only have 60 cards I gotta fill out. And you feel so successful when you manage to do it. This could also be my chance to play another brand new card. This one's from the Alchemy set. I would need to Dark Ritual. I should do it after attacking. I can also smell fear. No, I want to use the new card. Let's try it. So Dark Ritual into Infestation. I'm not invoking it. Evoking it? Nice. Lets me move more counters around, so I'll put one on you. And then a creature will have died with a -1/-1 counter. Yes. And then another will have died with a -1/-1 counter. We steal this. Nice. So we've we've put a bunch of counters on things. Wartime Protesters is now itty-bitty. And by the way, giving this haste off the Protesters is sweet because it gets you card draw and mana right away. But now if anything ever dies with a -1/-1 counter on it because of Blowfly Infestation, I'll get to move a counter onto something else. You also... We don't actually have Blowfly Infestation, I think, in Arena. We only have it conjured off Infestation, which is neat. Nice stuff. Thank you. I love getting to see new cards. Avatar Aang coming in, getting a +1/+1 counter, gets haste, swings in, draws a card. If they have nothing else to do with the 2 mana, I guess they can eat the food from many partings. Yeah, that's a good snack right there. Snack rolls. I could always use some snacks. I love me a snack. Alright, I've got Smell Fear here. The Proliferate happens first. Oh gosh, I do have some like weird stuff I can do. Alright. Spectacle of Destruction. But I don't get to steal Aang. I guess I'll kill my Reaper King. Because I have to move these. But yes, I get this. Alright, great. Move my commander to the command zone. Sure. And then I have the reanimate. I could bring back something. But I want to save that. We'll get more here. Nice. Yeah, I'm just sitting on like, yeah, I could bring you back. Or I could bring you back and make you a demon. Get silly with it. North Pole Patrol. It waterbends. I could use some lands, yeah. This will not get me lands, but this is what I was trying to do, is like make sure I'm getting some card advantage off Spectacle. Scarecrow also works as very fun card advantage. Once you have enough mana, you can use it to you can use it to recur Reaper King No More, sacrificing it and bringing it back repeatedly as long as you have the mana. All right, what do we got? Herbalist and Patrol. Let's do it. Blightin' and fightin'. Oh god, that would make a second Blowfly Infestation. I don't want that. I mean, I do want it, but it would make me have too many -1/-1 counters. Like, they don't have enough creatures yet. Yeah, they got 2 rampers here, which is nice. Ally rampers. And one of them's a waterbender, so it can trigger Aang. Mei and Zuko. Casting from exile, right? Oh no, allies and artifact spells with flash. I was thinking of just Zuko. Let's see what we get. Ah, Yawgmoth, eh? That sounds good. All right, Yoggins. I'm gonna feign death onto my Reaper, King No More. See if they can interrupt this. Probably not, because I have a backup effect. We love to scam. I will target Mei and Zuko. Do not move it back to the command zone, because I want it to come back. And I want to steal these, because they'll get me mana. Yawgmoth's like, what nice humans you have here. Sure would be a shame if somebody murdered all of them. Who, me? Couldn't be. Okay, I can't resist. I need to do it. Everybody wither! I'm sorry, Aang. I'm not very fast at piloting this deck. There's too many funky little counters to move around. All right, they are airbending this. In response, I will sacrifice this Great Divide Guide to kill it. So I can steal it. Oh, they're flashing out this Rallier, using up the mana. Well, that's just more creatures for me! You! More! More! Oh, yay. It gets haste. -1/-1 counter, -1/-1 counter. -1/-1 counter, -1/-1 counter. And then I have to put one on one of mine. Put it on Reaper. Put it also on Reaper. Okay. Go to combat. Swing for 2. Bam. Nice. Sorry, Aang. I wanted your allies. Here's Aang! A carnivorous canopy. He does have flying. I'll just kill him with Chupacabra. I'm like, oh, a thing with flying. Oh, wait, I should just be attacking. Maybe like digging for a land. There's no sense in withering their commander. Oh, nice, reanimation. Because if you wither their commander to steal it, they just get it back. Yeah, I like that this person is playing, like, Oops All Avatar. I wonder if this is a modified version of the precon they had sold in the store at some point. This lets them exile from graveyards. But I think they know they dead. Would you like me to kill you the fast way or the slow way? Mm-hmm. They chose the fast way. Okay, great. So I don't have to steal it. We swing in, and we win. Sure was an infestation with these withers. Ugh. Gretchen. Gretchen Titchwillow, oftentimes discounting her ability, and then putting tons of lands into hand and into play, eventually making her ability pretty much free so it refunds itself, and causing me heartache and headache. I don't have enough mana. I don't feel like I can really pull off this hand. This is a little better. It gives me a way to kill Gretchen, even though I probably won't be stealing her. And yeah, they're also going to have counter spells on top of their discount and ramp, because they are in both blue and green. And all be landfall, just mostly landfall. Oh, there's the thing. That's one of the things I'm scared of. I don't have a way to kill it until I get Reaper out. Sorry, Evolution Sage. I know fear. Yeah, I would love to get to kill this. I feel like it's not gonna work. And also it will be too late because they can get the training grounds right now. And the training grounds is fear-inducing. Always be lolin'. They give it the 15-month resub. Yeah, so they're gonna conjure the training grounds into play, which discounts Gretchen's ability to only cost 2 mana to draw a card and put a land into play. Oh, good, they have green up. I can Blight on her, but it doesn't really make a difference since she'll come back. This is me setting up for Eldritch Evolution. And also, like, just killing her does stop her from doing things. Oh, are you missing mana? Where's your lands, lady? I shouldn't have more lands than the Gretchen. Especially not a Gretchen with the training grounds. I assume my Speed Boot Stalker will be countered here. That's alright, still gonna try it. You enjoy a spicy Reaper King deck? Has King no more? I mean, it's fun. I get to use a lot of the -1/-1 counter stuff. I feel like it has really good matchups into certain mana dorks, like Raphellos, which is nice. As long as you go first, you're able to be like, bam, Reaper King no more. I kill your Raphellos, and then I do it again. I'm gonna put Feign Death on Reaper, because killing this is part of the cost. But they can still counter Eldritch Evolution if they want to. Okay. I was doing that pre-combat because if it did resolve, I could have grabbed Arden and brought back Speed Brood. Which would have been 5 additional life linking damage and a dead Gretchen. Alright, they brought this back. Cool. Nest of Scarabs. Swing it in. Scarecrow. Can't be countered with the counterspell I know of. A Landlac and Gretchen with no landfall things to really go off with is pretty funny, though. Get 'em, Massacre Girl. Get 'em. Okay, Scoot Bug's gonna make insect tokens. I think we'll just take advantage of having some menace here. Well, I guess I could have sacrificed Reaper King No More, brought it back, killed those 2 blockers, and that would have been a guaranteed lethal. It doesn't matter, I get to steal things now. My priority in life. Everything has Wither, because of Massacre Girl. Bug, 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 bug. Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you. That seems like an adequate number of bugs. Thank you. Ooh. Ooh, yeah! I got +1/+1 counters on my baddies. Alright, I think we're good. I was just playing around interaction. And unsummon is something. Yeah, you had a very scary card to start with at Training Grounds. But you didn't hit land on those first Gretchen activations. Akiri, Fearless Voyager, can make your equipped creatures indestructible, but indestructible won't stop them from dying from having too many -1/-1 counters on them, which is great for me. So they're gonna be playing little aggressive creatures, equipping them, and then, I guess, hitting me in the face. Drawing cards, too. No! My goblin bolted! Entirely fair. Play a creature so I can blur on it. Yeah! You care about being modified? No, just equipped. Okay. Yeah! I'm stealing that. Thank you. Eldritch Evolution. Don't bring it back from the command zone. Grab Arden. Bring back Reaper King. But it's a copy. Still gets to Wither. Swing in. You don't get a trigger, because I don't have any equipped creatures. I don't even know if I have any equipment in this deck. There's one equipment that gives Wither until end of turn, but I don't think I'm running it, because it's... I mean, I'm running some pretty iffy choices of cards. I don't think I'm running that one. Oh, Citizen's Crowbar! They can actually use that to destroy my commander. My commander's an artifact. Alright, what do we got here? Decline, you can have a card draw. Biggie Iggy. Swing in with these. If I have power 4 or greater, I'll draw a card. Soon, soon. Oh, the triple block on this. Okay. You like the Eldritch Evolution? Yeah, Reaper King No More technically is a 6-cost card. We cast it for 3 mana because it's got this weird dual hybrid mana. But it lets you pod into Arden. What are they gonna do against Arden? Hope they draw single target removal, but they're an equipment deck, so yeah, like Stoneforge Mystic could grab like Meteor Sword and cheat it in the next turn, but they're dead before that can even happen. We bring this out, we steal a creature, we swing in, it's very lethal. Wanchy Tong, Librarian. Hurts me if I search my library. I don't have anything until Reaper, and they're probably going to be chock full of counter spells, so I feel like this hand is too slow. I will mulligan. I have a kill spell, but again, not going to do too much. I'll still keep this, and I'll start with the Haunted Ridge, even though it comes in tapped. I just want to get this into this. It's cool fix, and I ain't doing anything on turn 1. Play a creature. They're not going to have any creatures. They're going to have, like, probably Malcolm in their deck and a few other... Oh, my gosh. I'm so good at Magic. Anybody else think I'm good at Magic? What with my Hexing Squelchers? Hexing Squelcher got added into this and many other decks because if you match into mono blue decks with any amount of frequency, it's really, really helpful to have. All right, here comes my Reaper King. As I've mentioned before, you can't steal the commander. They just put it back. But I can still kill the commander, which sets them back and lets me keep swinging. GG. Ashling the Limitless. I would say the number one rule about this commander is that you need to kill it as fast as you can. And thankfully I have a thing in my hand that can kill it. Ashling is very scary because she doesn't just copy creatures, she lets you cast them for 4 mana, then get a hasty copy, and you get all the enter the battlefield and on dies triggers for any of those. I guess I'll start with this as a land because I technically have a 1-lander here. But I did keep it because of this cut down. Ashling's a 5-color elementals deck. Lets you evoke any elementals. And yes, she has this ability that you can like pay 5 to keep the elementals, but I feel that doesn't usually happen unless it's like Gigantha, where it's like, oh, the clone comes out, and then I tap it for itself to pay for itself. Sheesh, look at that. I can Canker Bloom this turn. I don't really feel I need this. I think that the precon that this Ashling is from, there's 2 different precons. This is the other one. It's pretty cool. It's also it's one of those ones that like you can put a lot of infinites into it. There's a lot of ways that you can upgrade it, especially its mana base and putting in scarier elementals. There's no creatures here for me to put -1/-1 counters on, so I guess I'll play this little guy. Just chilling on my cut down. Try to kill her. I might have a protective spell. Let's find out. Yeah, I would say if Ashling gets to survive a turn, she usually wins. Okay, they're sacrificing her. I guess normally they use that to sacrifice the elementals. Oh, that's funny. If you sacrifice her, you still get a copy of her because that's how her ability is. It'll go at the end of turn at least. Okay, yep. Yeah, like, nice clone, I guess. I do have more ways to kill her. It's just going to be kind of weird. Like infestation and stuff. I'm gonna play this Nightmare Sower with no instants in hand, just chilling with it. These are all sorcery. That has Evoke, and this is a Planeswalker. Okay, Deluge, just paying some life to take out all my little guys. And they're reanimating my Nightmare Sower. I mean, that gives me something to try to steal back. I like that. But if they have lots of instants, which so far, I honestly have just seen black spells from them and nothing elementals related. This is a wash away? Okay, then I'm glad I didn't play Birds of Paradise first. I'll probably end up using that restoration to grab a land next turn. Lumra is an elemental. She's a big chunky one too. And she's gonna grab any lands from the graveyard, put them back, and now they have, what, triple my mana? Yeah, I think triple. This gains life. They should be able to Ashling bring something else out. There's not much I can do about that. If I evoke this, it'll be 1, and then 2, and then 3. Not enough. I could also go for killing Lumra, or turning it into a treasure. That's not much either. So I would like to do a bit of blighting. Stupid wash away. Yeah, what are you looking at your graveyard for? Drawing cards? Blight upon thee. Fury can cleanly kill both my creatures. Makes it a lot harder to steal things back. I'm kind of sad they didn't, like, evoke this and then get, like, the big attack in. Because I think it would have been lethal. Yeah, I think it would have been lethal if they had Ashling evoked this, because it would have had haste. So that would have been 10 plus 6 plus 1, 17. Unfortunately, my Reaper... probably not coming out now. And the Lumra will likely be my death. What are you doing all this fetching for? Playing things in second main? What things? Ashlings? 12 lands is so many? I have 4, and one's not even really a land. Exalted Sunborn, making twice the tokens. Okay, cool. Here's all I got. Kill the Fury. A Natty Restoration. Grabbing lands. I did it. I killed my own Nightmare Sower. And, I don't know, I'll surveil. What do we got? Yogg, what, get in the trash. And now you have lethal. Dead to bears. Sad I didn't get to steal a bear. Katara, Waterbending Master. Going to be, oops, all counter spells. Oh my god, I'm just so good at magic. Now, they do usually play a good number of spells that can remove abilities, or just bounce permanents, so Hexing Swelter is not game over, but it will slow them down a bit, because they are going to be casting things on my turn, and they are going to be causing a pain in the butt. I'd say the most annoying part about playing Katara for this deck is that they're one of those oops all counterspells decks that has very few creatures. Sometimes they have no creatures really other than their commander, which means I have nothing to steal. I have nothing really to wither. It's one of those things where my deck just has to play like stuff and have no synergy really. Because the whole thing is I'm trying to put -1/-1 counters on my opponent's creatures and steal them. But I can't do that if there's only one creature and I can't steal it. They're trying to decide, do I want to play Katara or do I want to hold a spell? Hello, one Squelcher, please. Hello, Katara. I will make Katara small. And swing in with the Squelcher. Ooh, maybe I'll get to use Blighted Nightmare. Yeah, they want to cast things on my turn. Staffo completion. Oh, yeah, you know what you should do? You should proliferate the -1/-1 counters you got on her. One sec, I'm grabbing this. That. These. Killing her. I love paying life, it's so hot. Aww. Magic damper. They can now block. I'll get the swing in, draw 3, discard 1. He's 0 damage. See if I can get a creature into the graveyard for Blighted Nightmare. That is a land. Play Nest of Scrobs. Try to discourage them from attacking in. And I have the funky little combo of being able to kill and reanimate this. But yeah, they have lots of card advantage. And they will find a way to negate this thing's abilities. Alright, we wait until they pay the 2 life. We're gonna Undying Malice onto the Squelcher. I have to do this all while it's uncounterable. Destroy target permanent I own. See if they got a stifle or anything. They don't. Great. Blighted Nightmare is like a fixed Chthonian Nightmare. Or, well, again, I would say an alternate Chthonian Nightmare and a fixed recurring Nightmare, since it's not at instant speed. Very cool card. Druneth, Reviver of the Hive, gets to double up your creatures based on their mana value and his +1/+1 counters. And his +1/+1 counters are going to do a good job negating my --. Oh, Llanowar Elf! Oh gosh, I wish I had a way to kill you, but you went first! Hi, Druneth. One of my favorite things to copy with Druneth is just like a Llanowar Elf or Birds of Paradise. You start by copying a 1 mana thing, then a 2 mana thing, or you manipulate the counters on him to make something else. Alright, what you got, Druneth? Birds of Paradise. Okay, this is one of those circumstances where it's like, what I desperately want is to get to steal both of these. In order to do that, though, I need to take out this Druneth. So I'm gonna take out the Druneth, but I have to just like play him again. And then uncounterable Reaper, King No More, and I say, one of you, please. And then I am the one who has ramped. Prepare for trouble, make a double. Yeah, it's a lot harder now for them to have another 1-drop to copy, unless they happen to have like Elvish Mystic or Delighted Halfling, or any of the other 1-mana creatures. Worth countering. Overlord. It's a good one. I actually have 2 Scarecrows, even. Nice. Scarecrow. Reaper King. So good at stealing these wee things. Bing bong. And we go for the real ones because then I get to steal them. Bong. Wait. Why didn't I get to steal that? Is this once a turn? Oh, it is once a turn. Whatever, Birds of Paradise is better fixing. Oh yeah, that's never come up before. It's like, oh, it's once per turn. I think because every other time I've been like killing and recycling Reaper King with something like Scarecrow. Overlord of the Hauntwoods coming in. Gets a land. Hi, Druneth. I can't steal you, but I would like to. I think a lot of people know that my #1 goal for the upcoming Through the Omen Paths 2, because they have to do it for all 3 Marvel sets, is that Druneth comes back, but this time he's pregnant. World's Whittlest Hydra. It enters, it dies. That's just to get the first counter on Druneth. I'll play Hapatra. Four of Blades, I guess just to shrink this, or do I want to get it on the Overlord so I can maybe eventually steal it? Or do I just want to stop Druneth from being able to copy things? Like, they cast that for 0 to get him there. So yeah, I'm gonna go for this. And now I have a Death Touch and Snake. Hey, we're getting raided by Headology! Hey, Headology! I'm withering people. Galagritas, what a gal. They're gonna make some treasures, gonna make some counters, gonna get some life gain. And if they swing in, I got a snake ready to block. Well, they now all tap for mana, but they're empty-handed. All they have is mana. Yeah, my Withering Stairs. I'm not very good at those. Ah, yes. I love my lackluster cards that are like, the only deck that these can go in is this one. So we have them here. Birds Overlord. I know I could wait on this. But I want my triggers. And I want my snakes. And I'll swing in with the snakes. Could have also done something cute, like swung in, see if they blocked with something, and then put the counter on that to try to steal it. 3 mana for 2 -1/-1 countered. Hey, at least this one's instant speed. Oh! Hoof? Hold up, that's probably lethal because it is a Crater Hoof Behemoth. I have like 6 toughness total. Yeah, that's gonna kill me. Well, at least I got to steal a bird and make some snakes. But sometimes everyone taps for mana. The Viza, Orbital, Overseer. We'll probably play some cheap ramp and lots of landfall. I don't really have anything until the Reaper here, which I guess I can surveil. Then I have some very fun little killers. I'll keep it. It's slow. They likely have some counter spells, but I'll do what I can with what I got. How's this deck do against a weenie type deck? It depends. Do I hit my things that put -1/-1 counters on everything? I'll go for a red-black with these lands. Cankerbloom. Yeah, I was looking for any spell I could cast this turn, because if I don't cast a spell, this thing flips over. They have not cast a spell. It is flipped over. I'm actually going to play the Contaminator this turn. And chill. Yeah, we have a lot of things that put -1/-1 counters on all the creatures, since there's not that many ways to put -1/-1 counters on creatures in general. Trapbreaker has nothing to break right now. I have no artifacts or enchantments. That's part of why I didn't play Reaper King, because they would just destroy Reaper King. I need to be able to double spell or kill this. And I'm going to try to kill it this turn, but the fact that they left up 5 mana doesn't give me a lot of hope. So we put a -1/-1 counter onto the Trapbreaker. Can they still pay 1 and sacrifice it in response? Oh, they can. Dang. Okay. So Reaper King No More just kind of burned it for no reason there. I probably should have, I don't know, Ravenous Chupacabra'd it. I forgot that it still had the sacrifice ability on the backside. Who knows? Maybe they'll forget. Yeah, they're just killing it in response. I don't get to have it. A 1-for-1. And I'll swing in, poison them, and... Great. It's so weird to me that they didn't play Viza, though. A board wipe? Huh. Double checking. I have double black. I'm gonna do this though. I'm gonna proliferate your poison. They have 1 blue. Could stop this Vraska from coming down. Hopefully they don't. Pay 2 life, 5 mana. Here's Vraska. Draw a card and proliferate. Poisson. The fish. Get him, Vraska. One of my best repeating proliferators. Okay, they are just straight up taking an extra turn. Here's Viza. Viza gets them a planet. 5 mana explore and untap all your lands. Okay. I'm gonna go for Ravenous here. See if it resolves. I should have played the Karn's Bastion first. Kind of meant to and forgot. That's fine. Oh, wash away. Great. Not much of a surprise there. I can turn Viza into a treasure. Or I could just keep plussing. Yeah, heck it. I want to plus. Plus up. Perfect. This kills the jellyfish. I'll pay all the life I can. We're winning through blood here. This is your favorite mono black planeswalker? Nice. Yeah, because she gets to attack. They get the lander. Oh, the 6 mana Golgari Vraska from... Oh, was it Ixalan? I think that's probably my favorite Vraska card. It's so cool. Reaper. Make her shrink. What's my favorite? Nissa? I mean, Who Shakes the World is pretty awesome.
Fire Exia March is on.
Okay, who up shaking their world? They could use Adagia to copy the lander token. Oh, okay. They're bouncing Viza back into their hand and taking another extra turn. I don't know why they wouldn't, like, bounce Vraska. Oh, it's because they can kill her. They had enough mana to play her again. Yeah, Viza only costing 4 mana is wild, because it sure is a 4 mana 4/4 flying vigilance that makes a land when it enters. Skittles went too soon. Yeah, Skithrix isn't in the deck because the poison, not really what I would go for. I would say Tyrannix, Rex, and Skithrix are the 2 poison things I would add in if you want poison to be like your alt win con. I was just going for this out of like desperation. Like, what else am I gonna do with this? Can you play a non-token creature that can't just sacrifice to kill my Reaper King, please? Please? I was trying to decide if I wanted to attempt to evoke there. But I don't think it's going to resolve. Yeah, they're just taking extra turns and beating down with Viza. They wiped the board, they've ramped. But nothing for me to steal. Just a couple blowflies to kill things. Okay, Solitude on who? Reaper King? Oh, okay. Reaper King, I promise you, was not going to do anything there. You just gave me another creature to kill. Because I can't steal Viza. Great! Viza is now it-bit. I don't think we have any creatures in the graveyard. Oh, no, we have a 2/3 and, a 2/3/4. Okay, I'll keep it on top. This will make them free blockers every time it swings in. Whee! Infestation having Wither is cool too. What do you got in hand? This deck looks complicated. It is a very narrow archetype. There's just not a lot of support for it, so it is playing a lot of strange cards to do its best. No, counter, -1/-1. If you're wondering why not do this, X equals 5. It's because I want to have an attacker on this turn. Hey, Carnifex Demon. Is Maha in the deck? Yeah, Maha's in the deck. Okay, Karn. Gonna get some Karn advantage. You get a rampant growth. Congratulations, it's more ramp. Ramp, ant, and growth. What does my deck do? Its best? I mean, it's honestly not bad. It is, as I said before, though, it is a narrow archetype. I guess I'm killing Karn here. Bonk. Don't really have any need to play Reaper King no more. It's a 3/3. I'm gonna bring out the Staff of Completion. I could start proliferating those poison. It would kill me at about the same rate it would kill them. Instead, how about a Carnifex Demon? That'll wipe out those ding-dang lander tokens. What are you gonna do? Wipe the board a third time? No, they're gonna put Uro. Oh, and a Riddler while their hand is empty. Look at you and your value. The most card draw thing you can put into the Reaper deck are Auntie Ool, which would draw when Carnifex Demon enters, and Scorpion God, which is unfortunately just kind of slow and expensive. They brought in that land so they would draw 2 off Uro entering, since they still have the Riddler in play. If I steal the Uro, it still goes back under, back into their graveyard. I'd get 1 trigger from it. I feel like I'm gonna be using the Bastion here. I feel like I haven't seen Auntie Yule. Hey, Auntie Yule, where are you? Hi, Riddler. That's a 17 power thing. Can do that thing. Actually, I guess I'll activate this once first. Yeah. Give me the old squiggle swaggle. Up. I'll throw it on the Carnifex Demon because it can use it. If they animate that Lumbering World Wagon, I will destroy it with Canker Bloom. Here's the Riddler! Again. What do you want? They're reading my cards? Why? You have another board wipe and you're like, oh, do I want to... They're gonna oust it? Sure, I guess. Thanks for the life. I see them hovering their graveyard, which tells me it's Uro time. Draws them 2 cards because of Riddler. Exile all graveyards. Okay. That 4 life was a free staff activation, right? I think I'm back on that poison game plan. Oh, I don't care if you get lands. They didn't go for that. All right, we are proliferating. This is a proliferate. That is a proliferate. Question is, can I get Contaminator through? Not easily, but I'm going to see if I can get them to double block. Because I have this Splendid Agony. I just wait until they block. Yeah, I have 1, 2, 3. But this is my, like, kind of going for the safer. I have 3? Yeah. Okay, great. They didn't have anything. We love that. Love when they don't have it. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars, and thank you, Reaper King No More, for putting all those Rapheloses in their place. Yes, this is one of those decks that's very nice at killing and stealing mana dorks, which is really helpful in the current Brawl meta. Unfortunately, it doesn't do that much against non-creature based decks and the oops all counterspells based decks that are out there, but it can still hold its own, trying to build up some big creatures, just killing threats, and of course, swinging in for lots of good proliferated damage. I think that this deck could be moved to have less -1/-1 counter synergy and actually more +1/+1 counter synergy, though it kind of messes up the like killing and bringing back Reaper King, since you wouldn't want to commit that much to making it bigger. I think my favorite thing you can do with this deck, though, is being able to pod Reaper King into Arden. There's another pod card you can actually put into this deck that seeks, so it is a little bit more randomized unless you only have one 7-drop in your deck, which is pretty easy to do. I have no 7-drops in my deck, but there's really interesting things you can do with just recycling your creatures after getting those -1/-1 counters. But as you kind of already know, -1/-1 counters is a narrow archetype. It does not have that many cards supporting it that are super good, so we're doing our best with what we have. There's even infinite combos with cards like Yawgmoth and Hapatra in this deck, but unless we happen to draw into them, it's a little less likely that you'll be pulling them off. I also don't have any of the drain cards in this deck, so it just draws you lots of cards and makes a whole bunch of snakes. But snakes are fun. I like snakes. If you're looking for my deck list, you can find it in the description of the video. And if you'd like to suggest a commander, especially a Lorwyn Eclipsed one or a deck that got lots of upgrades from Lorwyn Eclipse, please let me know in the comments. We also got some new big dog members. Woof woof, which means that they have all requested some new decks for me to brew. None of them are new commanders, but I will be building a updated Yarok, specifically crime deck, a feather deck. I guess we'll be doing a little bit of Boros Tempo and Turgrid. Yeah, we'll hit that Turgridy and take everybody's hopes, dreams, and permanents. So those are all decks that will be coming up in the next couple weeks while I work on those brews on stream. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.